Hello everybody, my name is Aud and welcome back to the Aud Narrations channel, a place where we read and react to interesting Reddit stories. Today on Aud Narrations, the story we'll be reading is titled, "Found out on my birthday that my girlfriend has been having a 4-month affair with a married man." This also includes a couple of updates so we can get the full picture of this situation. If you enjoy these videos, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe, that way you won't miss the latest upload. Okay, let's make a start. The post reads, "I caught her out because I was meant to stay over, but she asked to go on a night out with the girls. I asked her to let me know when she got home safe, and she never did. Called her at 5 AM after a sleepless night, and she hung up. It's my birthday. I turned up to the house, parked slightly away, and watched him leave. She then texts me saying happy birthday and to come over, and sorry that she didn't message. I walk through the door and she says happy birthday and kisses me and hands me a present and a card. I've been suspicious for a few months. It's the guy who she works with. He's been picking her up and dropping her off after work. So she would tell me she was working late and come over another time, but really she was with him. I've given her multiple opportunities to tell me if anything was going on, and she denied it every time. I said to her that men don't just do something like that for kindness. He didn't live nearby as well. This time she had no get out. I told her I'd seen it. She begged me to stay and talk things through. She said she didn't know why she did it, but started when I went away with my dad for 3 weeks on holiday. She didn't know why she kept me around. She's been cheated on before, so I wrongly thought that she wouldn't inflict that on someone else. I told her that I thought she was a nice person. but she was actually a horrible person, which she couldn't handle and told me to leave. I've blocked her on everything. It's obvious in hindsight, she was always tired, irritable, hiding her phone, emotionally inconsistent. She gave just enough to make me think it was okay. She told me she loved me every day and to not overthink things. I feel sick about things as they start to add up. A bottle of massaging oil going missing. Her suddenly wearing nice underwear to work all the time. Her 1 minute switching back to me when he became distant. She had random bruises appearing on the back and sides of her thighs, which she told me was her letting him hit her with his belt, but before would say that she must have knocked into something at work. I feel broken. I've barely slept in the days since finding out, and I feel sick. I never felt a connection like I have with her, and she's been trying to reach me through friends. She's trying to suck me back in. She told my friends that she needs to know I'm okay and to please let her know. She said I was too good for her, and she knew it from the start. I just don't know how to move forward. How do I trust again? How do I ever look at people the same way? And how did I not see it? It's so obvious now, and I never even registered it as something she would do." They have a TLDR. "I found out on my male 29th birthday that my girlfriend, female 29, has been having an affair with a married man who has children from her work for 4 months. I ended it, but I feel absolutely broken." And they write a couple of comments. Update. "I have let the wife know. I found her on Facebook. I knew who he was already as she told me he was just a friend from work. I know my worth and it felt good to walk away. I'm just craving intimacy and comfort at the moment." And they write another update in the comments, saying, "I've taken a risk and rang the wife through Facebook Messenger. She hadn't got the messages. They were probably in message requests. She was a bit like, 'Who the fuck are you?' I explained the situation, named my ex, and said that I knew her husband was having an affair. She knew my ex's name and said that he had told her that they were just friends. Apparently they all do this. I'm not sure she believed me. I gave her my ex's address, and I said, 'Turn up there next time he's on a night shift if you don't believe me.' I think now I've put the doubt in, she'll probably start to put things together anyway. Thanks everyone for your supportive comments. Fuck cheaters and fuck my ex. Bosh." I think, to be fair, it sounds like OP is already doing the right things. I don't really need anything I need to comment on it, apart from that. I guess it's surprising. It's kind of part of my assumption as well that someone who has been cheated on is probably less likely to inflict it on someone else, given they know what it's like to experience it. And obviously, I guess if you're not a fucking monster, you wouldn't want to do that to someone else. But I guess in this case, that wasn't the case. Right. If you've made it this far in the video, please hit the like and subscribe button. It really helps out the channel. Thank you. Alrighty, onto the comments. Someone has left a comment saying, "Don't take her back. Tell the man whore's wife if you can. Maybe try and report them at work. Hope they get calmer anyways." OP replied saying, "I found his wife on Facebook and Messenger. Also told her parents the truth. They thought I was the best thing to happen to her. I was introduced by a mutual friend who told me that she was the nicest person she'd ever met, but had been mistreated by men in the past. And I let that cloud my judgment. Her dad phoned her and gave her a good telling off. They apologized for her behavior." Someone replied saying, "Fuck her, get STD checked if you didn't. It's probably not this married man's first time doing that and risking your health like that. I understand she doesn't care if she ended up with a lifelong disease, but why bring others into that? People who asked for nothing? Since when did the fact that she was mistreated allow her to treat people like trash, especially someone who treated her well? This is just a justification. She cheated because she's selfish and wanted to, with 4 vomit emojis. I hope you'll feel better. OP replied saying, yeah, I've got a test kit online on the way. She told me they're both clean. She's fucking naive if she thinks she's the only one. She told me they're in love and that sometimes people fall in love with other people. I said that she never should have even opened the door to it getting that far. I never did wrong by her. Indeed. Someone else left a comment saying, consider it a birthday gift. You found out her true self and you can now be free to find someone who is worthy of being loved and will be genuine and will genuinely love you back. Sorry you're experiencing this, but you deserve better. Completely agree. Someone else left a comment saying, I dumped my cheating girlfriend on my birthday. I dumped her for other reasons, but she thought I knew about her cheating and confessed all of it. She didn't know it was even my birthday, but I didn't want her to know. It really took me an hour to get rid of her. OP replied saying, this is my second relationship to end on my birthday. That's a laughing and a shrug emoji. Someone replied saying, I'm sure like mine you'll hear them begging shortly. And OP replied saying, yeah, definitely. Once the excitement of sneaking around is gone, she realizes he won't commit, she will come crawling back. I wasn't her boyfriend in the end, I was her backup plan. Someone replied saying, I bet the married guy was just getting his rocks off. She was his side piece. Now this has ruined or causes issues, he'll dump her like the sack of shit she is. So what was your ex's idea of getting through this? Abby replied saying, I've no idea. She said, please don't leave me and block me and pretend I don't exist. I always told her if she ever crossed my boundaries, that's what I would do. I asked her why, what she had to say, where she thought this was all going, and she just said, I don't know. She just wanted to be able to feel better about herself, and she doesn't care about what she has done to me. Someone replied saying, there's no yearbook answer here. She did it because she wanted to. She cared more about her clam than anything else. She's just sorry that she got caught. Right, so far in the story, what do you think OP should do? What would you have done in OP's shoes? Let me know in the comments. To be honest, I think OP has pretty much nailed it from the updates he's given. And yeah, without further ado, let's move on to part 2, which is an update. So update, found out on my birthday that my girlfriend is having a 4-month affair with a married man. And they write, it's 1 week since D-Day, so I thought I would provide an update, although nothing too juicy to share, sorry. My ex has been persistent in trying to make contact, wanting to know I'm okay and doing this through emails and mutual friends. It's been very difficult to maintain no contact, but I won't let myself get sucked in. I've learned the affair partner is no longer in the picture, so she's ended up with no one now. I'm guessing the wife wasn't too happy about the situation. I'm STI free, which is a relief. I feel over her as a person. I don't miss her as a person at all. She can't have loved me if she did that to me. She sent me an email saying, I had it all and I didn't know why I did it. And it makes me feel a bit better that she acknowledged that. I see what you're saying, but I think that's, to be honest, it's probably a bit performative. She's just dangling a hook in front of you and hoping that you bite. It stopped me replaying if I could do anything differently. I miss cuddles and good morning texts and someone to share everything with, but that just shows me that I was too dependent on her. Today is the first day I feel like myself again. I've applied for a job that would be perfect for my career progression. I could never have gone for it while I was chained to her. I realised I had compromised some of my goals for a lie of a life with her. It still hurts like hell, but it's getting better. I can sleep and eat again, and life looks a bit more colourful. Good luck out there, kings. Hopefully I'll learn from this and meet the right person when I'm ready. Someone left a comment, you handled it like a king. Someone else left a comment, quoting, doing this through emails and mutual friends. And they write, OP, tell any mutual friends that if they reach out on her behalf, they'll no longer be friends if they continue to defend and protect a cheater. Definitely. Someone else left a comment saying, first, block her on everything and post about why you broke up and had affairs. Then, everyone knows, contact her parents and thank them for everything and tell them it's because she was cheating with a married man. Find the affair partner's spouse and let her know. And if you don't, she'll rewrite history and it'll all be your fault. You definitely have to kind of be in front of the wave when it comes to these kinds of situations. Cheaters are often very sneaky. I mean, that's a given what they've done, but yeah. Someone else has left a comment saying, it doesn't mean that you're too dependent because you miss the emotional intimacy of your relationship. As to be expected when going from a relationship back to being single. Someone replied saying, he's mourning the loss of the relationship, who he thought she was. Unfortunately, she's not who she appeared to be. It's normal and he seems to be handling it well. Someone left another comment, quoting, I don't know why I did it. And she writes, she's still lying to you, because it was an intentional and reasoned set of choices to do this over and over again. I would actually add to this, it's not just like a set of choices to do this over and over again. It's every single boundary that went from them two being co-workers up to this point. Any of those she could have said no. and this goes for men as well, but in this context, at any of those stages, she could have and should have said no, or piss off, or whatever, but no, she's allowed it and invited it in to enable this situation. Like, it can't have happened without conscious decision making here, and obviously hiding everything as well. Like, she's consciously hiding this from you. It wasn't like an accident that was then rectified immediately. Accident, quote unquote. This was, a strategic move, basically. Right, they continue. She knows why. Admitting why would force her to admit some truths that she does not want to admit. First, that she is a serial cheater. She likely cheated on her ex with you, and now cheated again, this time on you. You can't miss her as a person, as the person you thought she was never existed. You only saw what you wanted to see. They write, you're handling this like a boss, total non-contact and total indifference to her. She will keep trying to worm back, but she is an ex now for a reason. When she tries, just remind yourself of the reason. It took some time for me to move past the anger, but I did, and I met a wonderful new person in an unexpected way and could not be happier now. Best of luck to you, and let time and healing take its course. Someone replied saying, good advice that I can parrot. Speaking from experience, when you are in love with that person and discover that they've betrayed you, you'll have like tunnel vision and one-itis. When that fog lifts and you discover the right person, you'll look back and see clearly. The things you thought you'd lost forever have now returned in spades. Definitely. Right. They write a part 3, titled, Accusations by the Cheater, and they write, anyone experienced this or have any advice? I've been no contact with my ex since we broke up. My ex's affair partner was a colleague at her workplace, and today I received an email from her out of the blue accusing me of telling her workplace about that relationship and threatening to report me at my work with unfounded things. I'm guessing the word has gone out that they've been spoken to and I'm the person to blame. I haven't done this because I didn't want any drama or backlash. It's bizarre to me how a month ago this woman was saying that she loved me, I'm the love of her life, blah blah blah, while sleeping with another man behind my back, and now everything goes wrong in her life is my fault. Honestly, when someone shows you who they are, be very careful. This woman was the biggest mistake of my life. I honestly thought she was the most caring and responsible person, and now somehow I'm the villain in her story, just like all her exes were when we met. These people only care about themselves. She's not happy with just traumatizing me and distorting my reality. She's going to try to tear my life down. I guess Soapy didn't follow the advice of going sort of exposing it through all to the sunlight. Though I don't think a social media post is the way to go, but definitely the context maybe of letting colleagues and stuff at work, if you are comfortable doing that within your team, say that, this situation's happening, and that way when something like this happens, you have that backing of, no, these are false, this is his ex-wife trying to get revenge, and ignore it. Some companies won't like to do that though. Let's see what the community says. Someone left a comment saying, honestly, I always recommended going public and outing a cheater to family and friends immediately after the initial confrontation, or your initial decision to ghost without confrontation. Getting the truth out to those that matter is always the best option. Far too often, cheaters will lie and twist the story to make you the bad one in the breakup and blame you for everything. They'll even accuse you of cheating too. It's just crazy. It's always in your interest to have the truth out there. That way they can't put the bullshit on you. Sorry you're dealing with this. I know it really sucks. This is what I was saying about you have to be in front of the wave, right? The thing is, you're kind of catching the cheater off guard in a way by exposing it with kind of no warning, because they're not aware that you know until you make them aware. With that in mind, these kind of crafty people, as soon as you do that, they're a ticking time bomb to try and fix their reputation, because that's fundamentally what they really care about. If they cared about you and not their reputation, they wouldn't have done it in the first place. But they're trying to maintain an image of themselves, so a reputation, not just with you, but with people around you as well, and work and so on, and family. So when you blow it up, they're going to be racking their brains very quickly on how can I fix my reputation, or how can I least tarnish it? And the best way of doing it is to tarnish yours instead and make you the perpetrator in a way to something, and make themselves the victim so that they can justify this other behavior. Someone else left a comment saying, reply, ha ha ha, I love that the karma train has arrived. I didn't do what you're accusing me of, but I wish I had. Go the fuck away and stop contacting me. And then block. If you have a good relationship with your boss, let him know about their threats, and otherwise let it ride. Someone replied saying, yep, Scorched earth. Cheaters deserve every consequence of their selfish actions. What are they going to do? Cheat on you? Dump you? Say mean lies? Burn it all down before they craft their own self-serving narrative? Definitely. Someone left a comment saying, at this point, prove her right and tell her HR and the guy's wife. Do not let her control the narrative, and make sure your friends and family know. Keep the email in case she does try and cause trouble at your work. Yeah, to be fair, I guess it is an admission that, assuming that she does admit that that's what she's going to do, it is admission of guilt there. Someone else left a comment saying, I'd get in front of it with your boss in HR. Let them know she's a nut job. Someone else left a comment saying, then grow a pair. Go to her HR, report their asses with whatever evidence you have, and then block her sorry ass on all platforms. It's not rocket science. She fucked you over, put you at risk of an STI, and now she wants to threaten you? Hell nah. Tell her to bring it. Someone replied, quoting, go to her HR, and they write, OP, if you're cool with your boss, then I'd also go to them preemptively, just as a heads up, to be like, my ex has been threatening me with unfounded accusations, and says she'll take them to HR to punish me, and you'll have to change it depending on your relationship. I warned my boss in a similar situation previously, and she somehow called his personal phone. He was mad at me at first because he thought I gave it to her, but she was really just crazy. Instead of going to the business website where he is the owner, she found it in a screenshot message that was 8 months old that my boss had texted me while he was on vacation. The final update for today. It's a short one, saying update 2. I guess it's number 4, but still. Same title. So found out my birthday, my girlfriend has been having a 4-month affair with a married man. And the post reads, for those of you that saw my other posts, I just wanted to say thank you for all the comments and support. Today I got the job of my dreams and I'm relocating. I had to do a presentation in the interview about the hardest thing I've been through in the last 3 years, and I spoke about going through this situation and how I've learned to grow from it. So in the end, she gave me everything I needed to access my potential. Maybe it was the best birthday present ever. Whoa, shivers down my spine reading that last sentence. To be honest, OP, I'm extremely happy for you. I think you've handled it extremely well, and assuming that the HR situation in the previous comment, the previous post, didn't blow up in your face, I guess it's fine. Things are on the mend, and congratulations on the new dream job. I think in this kind of situation, it isn't a bad idea to just... It's tricky because you'd have to put down all of the life and friends and so on, not necessarily put down properly, but, you know, park it. And move away and rebuild from basically ground zero. But part of that would help with the sort of mourning process for the relationship. But yeah, congrats. Someone left a comment saying, onwards and upwards. Good for you to leave your triggering past and start fresh in a much happier and healthier place. On to better days. Someone else left a comment saying, I like how you're able to see the positive in a bad situation. This is something we could all do more of. Good luck to you. Someone else left a comment saying, I had a client that was in a similar situation. He did get a transfer. And to his ex-wayward wife's dream city, think moving from freezing Toronto to Los Angeles, he told his lawyer who had to inform hers a week later that she had it twisted into his doing that on purpose to hurt her. She said that he did not realize it when he got the transfer, but now he posted everything about LA on Facebook, knowing full well it would burn. Someone else left a comment saying, looking back, I'm glad I got cheated on. I always had this dream of buying a cat and sailing around the world, and my ex hated it. Now my sons are a bit older. I'm picking out cats. I'll sell one of my apartments and we'll start week-long sales and extend. Just him, me, Starlink so I can work and the ocean. Hurt at the time, but in hindsight, I'm not sad. I'm free. And they write an edit. I forgot to add that my little captain and lead navigator, so I'll be getting a chihuahua as well as taking my macaw down. It's an interesting goal, but yeah, congrats, I guess. Right. What do you think OP should do? What would you have done in OP's shoes? What would you do from now in OP's shoes? Let me know in the comments. As always, if you appreciate these videos, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. That way you won't miss the latest upload, and it really helps out the channel, as I said. Alrighty, we'll have to finish there. Thank you very much for listening, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.